welcome to another WarCraft the audio commentary. Today, guys, we're gonna be watching game number 2 from the best of 3 for MLKS. I don't know the tournament. It's some Chinese tournament. But this is game number 2, and we messed up. We're gonna restart this replay. 1 second. 1 second. Just one quick little second. Don't ask how I messed that up. I just did. But it'll take me 1 second to fix it. Oh, what did I do? Okay, we're back. Let's do that again. Sorry, my bad. I'm a dummy. I know. I apologize. Hello and welcome to another WarCraft the audio commentary. Today, guys, we're watching game number 2 for the best of 3 from crap. I don't know what it's called. It's some tournament. I think I mentioned it last time. But let's go ahead and introduce our players. Oh, we're on the wrong. There we go. In the 9-10 o'clock position, the upper-ish left side of the map, we have SB WFZ, the Red Undead. I did that backwards. Let's just scroll in anyway. Yeah, okay, look, don't hate me. Once again, going for the standard Fiend build. Once again, playing our wonderful yellow orc. His name is ADS_ZDR. Totally taking that from StarCraft 2 people. They can just suck it. I like that. I like the zoom in thing. It's all dramatic. And he is going for pretty much a standard orc play once again. Standard orc openers. Nothing too serious. The map is Nomad Isles 1.2. 1.2. I think this is not a new map for me. I've seen this map before. I think we've casted on this map before. I like this map. I like that it's kind of a tri-map. Like there's 3 different player spawns. It's a 3-player map, which is interesting. And I also like mainly the fact that you can have some very interesting expansion plus spots. In particular, this one right here and this one, which everyone kind of has their own mirror of. What's cool to me is that your main base is either here or here. It doesn't really matter which. But if you try to go to one to get to the other, there's a pretty good distance. You wouldn't take this one if you were here. You would actually, I think, take this one, right? Yeah, take this one, and then this one. But maybe you would want this one. And I don't know. There's so much room for interesting stuff here just because of the way the trees are. But then you could, in theory, cut down these trees. If you take this one over here, you could defend this one by cutting down these trees and this one and have a shop. Ugh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I need to turn that off for the cast. I really do. I keep forgetting. But anyway, thank you, Segzi, for the follow. Much appreciated. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at WFZ. He is going for the Death Knight. He's got the Fiend. And, of course, we're going to see ZDR this time. Going for a fairly large creep camp early on. Last game, we did see him do, I would call it an aggressive strategy. It's not the super duper aggressive strategy where you send immediately over to their side of the map, you start to creep their creep camps, and then you start to do the other stuff. But that's not what we're seeing. That's not what we saw. We didn't see that last game either, to clarify. That's not, but I did call it an aggressive, and it is, I think, aggressive, and I do think he's going to be aggressive again. The difference is that he gets the shop here. He spends his time on his side of the map, and he sells his TP obviously like they all do, and he gets his stuff, and then he goes over there while healing up. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but it is still an aggressive strategy. Because some people will instead do the creep to level 3 or the creep to level 2. He just gets it. He just gets it and goes. Gets whatever XP he can, gets the shop, and then goes. And tries to jack. And will he get the creep jack? No, he won't. Once again, not going to get the... Oh, I don't think he did. No, I don't know. I'm pretty certain he didn't get that creep jack. The XP is almost identical here. 160 versus 172. It looks a lot like he got a skeleton. Oh, he did get a skeleton. I was like, he was at 160. He was at 160. He got a skeleton. He went to 162 or 172. That must be what happened, I'm assuming. Anyway, so we're going to see another reveal this time. I'm not sure why he did that, because he just saw... Oh, no, never mind. That was a critter. I thought he just attacked the skeleton. It was a critter. It was a critter. My bad. And he's going to go ahead and try to pick up level 2 if he can from stealing XP and taking skeletons down. We're going to see WFC playing really well and just saying, screw it, all the skeletons leave. He could have kept 2. He could have kept 2 right there. He could have kept that. Maybe could have killed the Null there. But with his skeletons... And I don't know why he ran them back in. He could have ran them away. He could have gotten them away. They could have lived without, well, they would have died, but they wouldn't have died and given level 2 to the Blade Master, which is, it's truly a tragedy. No, I might be orc biased, or rather undead biased. I don't know. My bad. Anyway, my bad. I'm saying it because I can see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get mad. Lost my train of thought. Whoa, what fun. I'm a great caster, really. Anyway, so WFZ got a skeleton running around here just getting good scouting intel. He knows the grunts are here. The grunts are at my base. He says, well, if the grunts are at my base, let's go somewhere else that I'm not going to be expected. He runs all the way out here to the tavern. Oh yeah, the MKL, that's it. That's the name of the league, or tournament, whatever this is for. Runs all the way to the tavern, runs down, takes this very strange pattern, doubles back around. Because I think he realized that the ZDR player, he wanted to creep this, and he said, you know what, I can actually creepjack him here, and he's going to, and we're going to see the reverse kind of creepjack happening, where ZDR is going to kind of surround one of the fiends just about, and it looks like that fiend's actually not going to go down. One of the grunts has died, so this fight has gone rather unfortunately for ZDR. Getting creepjacked can have that happen to you, and so now he's got to kind of worry what he's going to do. Could see a grunt block maybe right now. It's definitely possible one of these grunts gets surrounded or something. He's not even going to bother with that. He's just going to, you know, kind of focus one down a little bit maybe. He can move this fiend. He's going to try to do that. The orc is going to smartly move his grunt the opposite direction of that fiend. We're going to see one of these grunts semi-surrounded partly by its own grunt, so he should be able to run away. I did hear the Blade Master go windwalk, but he actually is down there finishing off this creep. Is he going to... A grunt down, a Blade Master down. Oh boy. Things happen. ZDR not having a great start this game whatsoever. I'm not going to count him out. I won't count him out because while that was bad, he does have a Tauren Chieftain. And so if he can pick up level 3 on the Tauren Chieftain, he will still be in a pretty good spot. Even though that was a horrible start for him. I don't think that could have gone worse for him if he lost every one of his grunts. Losing your Blade Master to the creeps is not a good thing. But Grubby's done it, you know. Granted, it was the creeps that stunned him like 7 times in a row. But it's, you know, it happens to people. It does happen to people. I don't know what to say. Anyway, WFZ going to take advantage of this by creeping up and getting level 3 on his Death Knight without having to worry about getting creepjacked by another Blade Master. And the Lich is out. The Lich is out. We're seeing once again a pretty fast tech. The tech and the Lich were coming out at the same time, and then the Slaughterhouse secondary. Once again, we saw that last game as well. It's a good strategy. It looks like WFC is going to go for the same sort of thing again, and it's going to be a good jump if he does, because this Tauren Chieftain's already level 2. You really, really, really do not want to be fighting against a level 3 Tauren Chieftain as an undead player if you can, unless you already have better levels. And it looks like he's going to get a higher level Tauren Chieftain than WFC is ever going to want this to happen. And in fact, WFC might just say, screw it, I'm going to creep this. I don't know. Is he just looking for his opponent? Did he think that the orc was here? He may have thought that. I honestly don't know what's going through WFC's mind whatsoever right now. But I'm pretty sure he wanted to attack the orc player's base there, and he's not. I think he literally thought it was up here. That's one of the reasons you should always scout. And I think he was sending a skeleton up at this point at some point, and the Blade Master killed it, so maybe he thought, well, he killed it because of that, although I do think he was killing it just because he wanted the XP. Either way, Tauren Chieftain now very close to level 3. Well, I say that. Over halfway to level 3, has a Pendant of Energy, which means it gets 150 extra mana. He's sitting at 390. That is a lot of mana for stomps. The Blade Master is back out, albeit at level 2, versus level 3 on the Death Knight and level 1 on the Lich. We're not really seeing there. In fact, there's no Spirit Walkers out whatsoever right now, which is something that you really want, I think, if you're going for a Blade Master TC combo, because again, you want to make your army really tanky. But to be fair, it's not such a bad idea, because normally undeads don't focus your army in this case. They will take out raiders if they're in a bad position, but normally it's the Tauren Chieftain or the Blade Master that you focus, because there's no healing other than straight up healing items or potions of invulnerability. So I'm actually quite surprised that he's focusing down the raiders. And I think he's gonna lose this fight if he keeps doing that. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I've never. That is quite a raider getting away at just a minuscule amount of life. And The Undead is not winning this fight. He's going to be forced to TP out. There's no chance. I'm not going to say that he shouldn't go for the Raiders, because it is a pain when you're getting ensnared like that, but he wasn't killing them quickly enough. And these two heroes are significant threats. The Tauren Chieftain obviously seems like a threat when he has mana, because he has War Stomp, which is just devastating, especially at level 2 or level 3, because it gets a bigger range and it lasts a longer 1 extra second each level. At level 3, War Stomp is just absolutely, it just destroys you. It just absolutely destroys you. But the Raiders obviously keep you in place and make you, but I feel like you can micro against Ensnare preemptively. If he loses this Blade Master again, I am going to be really sad. Yeah, no, he's level 3 on the Tauren Chieftain. He's going to pick up level 3 on the Blade Master right here as well. He's going to get a pretty good item, Potion of Greater Healing, exactly what he wants because of this composition here. And in fact, I wonder if this map just has a whole lot of drops. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to the drops on this map before, but if it has a lot of like consumable items, then this is just, I think that's one of the deciding factors when you want to go Tauren Chieftain, is does the map have a lot of easily obtainable XP for your second hero? And does it have a lot of big consumable items? Because big consumable items in shops are what allow Tauren Chieftain and Blade Master to work super effectively. We're going to see the Dark Ranger. It's the third pickup. It's kind of an adaptation by WFZ to play against this Tauren Chieftain, which is a good idea because you want that silence to force the first Potion of Lesser Invulnerability from the Tauren Chieftain. He's already got it. You silence him as he runs into the fight, because he always wants to run in and then War Stomp. He pops the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability that dispels the silence and allows him to War Stomp. And that's why the Dark Ranger is such an effective hero and such a good counter, really, to the Tauren Chieftain. But even though it is a counter in that sense, you still have to contend with the fact that it's still going to War Stomp you. Although this time he didn't actually get the silence off, so that is quite unfortunate. He is focusing the Tauren Chieftain down. He's going to pop that potion, and that statue is ensnared. He's in a bad spot. He's clumping his army up, which is traditionally a good thing to do versus really anything if you have Fiends, because they do more damage kind of in this volley system, which makes microing them pretty easy to run back and stuff as you hit him. But there goes the Tauren Chieftain, actually going to go down. A really good silence as the Tauren Chieftain ran in. Actually, that's not a bad tactic either, because he focused the Tauren Chieftain down the first time the Tauren Chieftain came in to get the first War Stomp off, did enough damage that he had to pop the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, runs away. The next time he comes to run in, you silence him, he doesn't have an answer to that, and then he focused him down and killed him. So that was actually quite clever. That's not something I think I've seen before either. So WFZ having some really smart micro tactics here. We're going to see this Raiders have ensnared this Destroyer here, which is going to go down. It does take a coil, but unfortunately that's not quite enough. Level 2 on the Dark Ranger, as well as the Lich, which is very close to level 3 now. Focusing down these Raiders. I think this is a good time. I think once you've taken either the Tauren Chieftain or the Blade Master out of the fight, go for Raiders if you want. Although I do think at this point there's really no reason not to be focusing on this Blade Master. It has no survivability items. It only has 1 Windwalk left. There's really no reason, in my opinion, to go for the Kodos or the Raiders at this point. The Kodo didn't eat anything, and really forcing these other units out of the fight is not nearly as significant as forcing the Blade Master out of the fight, in my opinion. But, you know, WFC obviously a very, very good player, so I'm not criticizing him for that. I'm just saying that's my opinion, and he's probably right and I'm probably wrong. But so if you're ever interested in learning something, maybe go for the Raiders. I don't know why, but go for him maybe. I don't know. Over the Blade Master in that case, it just seems weird. But who knows? The Blade Master now is in a bit of trouble. He's got a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. He just picked it up at the shop, but he's low on mana, and he's probably going to have to pop that as soon. Well, he could survive 1 coil, because it'll do only 140 damage, but he can't now, so he's got to be really careful. See, that was a really nice fake on the coil. Oh! He faked the first coil. The Blade Master said, okay, fake. Okay, he goes for the second one. It's not a fake. He throws it. The Blade Master did not react in time. He's probably complaining about lag, so maybe he clicked it, but he definitely had some sort of delayed reaction there. I can almost guarantee it. That was really, really good by WFZ. Dark Wizard, level 8. Creep it out. Why not? Go for it. Kill it. Get some more XP. Ah, what a game. WFZ, obviously, when we last saw him, was probably my favorite for the current Best Undead, but some of the things he's doing in this game are just unbelievably impressive. And some of the chat was suggesting maybe ZDR is not a very good orc. ZDR is a very good orc. Very good orc. Obviously, he's not having the best of game today, and maybe he is lagging, and maybe that's what it is. I'm not going to say it's not, but, I mean... WFZ is having an unreal game right now. He is playing so incredible. Gonna go in for the burrows. It's not a tier 3 orc, so there you go. The orc is going to kind of come in from the back. We're going to see some of these headhunters coming out. The headhunters are one of the staples of this army as it gets to the late game. Normally, if the Tauren Chieftain Blademaster army gets to the late game with some high-level heroes, it's really difficult. A rock golem actually going to be the item that WFC got from that. I didn't even look at the item that he got from that level 8. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's rock golem, which has a nice range stun. It obviously has the range stun. Everyone who's ever played knows that because every time you creep one of those things, it's like spams you with those stupid rock golem stuns. And it's got a lot of mana, and it's going to be able to keep throwing those things out for quite a while. So that is really fantastic for WFZ. I don't see him losing this fight as long as that golem is alive. And it's going to be very hard to kill it. And he's just going to be able to keep picking off units. He's not going to even need to stun this raider as he just used a bit of good Fiend micro to get him out of there. The Tauren Chieftain army doesn't have the Blademaster at the moment, so he kind of retreated a little bit. He could, if he has, he doesn't have a speed scroll or a TP. Otherwise, he could kind of come in here and maybe try to force a TP from the undead with his 2 raiders. I don't know. I'm really not sure. The Blademaster is up though, and he does have a speed scroll, so that could be what he decides to do at this point. I don't know if the undead would actually retreat to that, because there is, again, only 2 raiders. If there were 4 raiders, then, you know, that would be a different story, because they do siege damage, they do kill buildings very quickly, but again, it's questionable as to whether or not that would be worth it for the orc to do. I'm not really sure what the orc needs to do in this situation to win, but he's going to have to take a really excellent fight here. That much is for certain. He's got level 4 Blademaster. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but he does not have a lot of consumable items. He doesn't have a lot to keep his units alive here. The Blademaster immediately gets nuked down. There's just nothing for him to stay alive. And really, that's the way that Blademaster Tauren Chieftain works. You have to buy items. You have to have a strong early game, or at least a strong mid game, so that you can get XP on the Tauren Chieftain, that you can creep the map so that you can get those items, control the shops, and then you have very hard to kill heroes. But in this case, again, that's not what we're seeing. We're just seeing a good game from ZDR, and WFZ taking another game, another map. I mean, I'm just about speechless. What really good play, high level play from WFC. Just such amazing plays. That was an amazing game to watch, even though ZDR, again, totally one-sided. Like I said, ZDR is a good orc. I've seen him play incredible games before. I wouldn't be surprised if he was just lagging a little bit there. But I don't want to take anything away from WFZ. That was a great game. That was game number 2. There is a game number 3, so maybe I don't know exactly the format of this tournament, so we're gonna watch it. We're definitely gonna watch it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed game number 2 and then game number 1. So let's go to game number 3. We'll take a quick little 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back. So thanks for watching.